The Quiet Awakening. The massive research vessel Horizon Explorer drifted silently through the inky blackness of deep space, its advanced sensors probing the cosmic depths. Commander Elena Rodriguez stood at the bridge, her dark eyes scanning the holographic displays that wrapped around the command center. This was humanity's most ambitious deep space mission to date, a 5-year expedition to map the outer reaches of the Orion Arm. Anomaly detected, announced Dr. Marcus Delgado, the mission's lead astronomer. His fingers danced across the holographic interface, pulling up a complex series of data streams. It's not like anything we've seen before. The bridge crew fell silent. After 3 years of relatively routine stellar mapping, an anomaly was both exciting and potentially dangerous. Elena approached the display, her military training keeping her movements precise and controlled. The anomaly appeared as a faint, pulsing signal, not random background radiation, not a pulsar, not any known astronomical phenomenon. It was deliberate. Structured. Artificial. Can you triangulate the source? Elena asked, her voice steady despite the electricity of potential discovery crackling through the air. Marcus shook his head. It's complex. The signal seems to be shifting. Almost like it's responding to our scanning wavelengths. His scientific curiosity was evident in the slight tremor of excitement in his voice. Dr. Kamil Novak, the mission's xenolinguistics expert, leaned forward. His specialized software was already working to decode any potential patterns in the signal. This isn't natural, he muttered. These are mathematical sequences. Too perfect to be random. The Horizon Explorer represented humanity's most advanced deep space technology. Equipped with quantum communication arrays, adaptive quantum computing systems, and propulsion technology that pushed the boundaries of known physics, the ship was a testament to human innovation. Yet now, it felt small, almost insignificant, against the backdrop of this mysterious signal. Elena made a decision. Prepare a detailed transmission. We're going to respond. The bridge crew exchanged glances. Responding to an unknown signal was risky. First contact protocols were clear, but they had never been truly tested. This could be humanity's first real engagement with potential extraterrestrial intelligence. Marcus input a carefully constructed mathematical sequence, prime numbers, fundamental physical constants, basic geometric progressions. A universal language that any advanced civilization might understand. For hours, they waited. The signal continued its strange, almost rhythmic pulsing. Sometimes it seemed to dim, then brighten. Other times, it would momentarily fragment, then reassemble with what seemed like deliberate precision. It's listening, Kamil said quietly. Or maybe, understanding. Just as the tension began to feel unbearable, the signal changed. Not random change, but a clear response. The mathematical sequence they had sent was returned, but subtly altered. Additional layers of complexity had been added, mathematical extensions that suggested not just intelligence, but a profound understanding of mathematical abstraction. Elena felt a chill run down her spine. This was no natural phenomenon. This was communication. We need to inform Earth, she said. But we can't reveal everything yet. This needs to be handled carefully. What they didn't know, what they couldn't know, was that their simple transmission had just triggered a series of events that would fundamentally change humanity's understanding of its place in the universe. The signal was a door, and they had just knocked. Little did the crew of the Horizon Explorer realize that their mission had become something far more significant than a routine deep space exploration. They were about to become the first humans to truly make contact with an intelligence beyond their comprehension. The universe, vast and mysterious, was about to reveal its first hint of a much larger story. The Galactic Threshold. The United Earth Diplomatic and Scientific Consortium buzzed with nervous energy. The transmission from the Horizon Explorer had arrived 3 weeks after their initial contact, and it had turned the scientific community upside down. Dr. Arya Patel, the lead xenotechnology researcher, stood before a holographic display that showed the progressively complex mathematical sequences. Her team had been working around the clock, attempting to decode the mysterious signal's underlying structure. "It's not just a message," she explained to the assembled panel of global leaders and scientific experts. "It's a test. Each transmission contains layers of mathematical and conceptual challenges that become progressively more intricate." The room was a mix of military strategists, scientists, and political representatives. General Robert Keegan, head of the United Earth Space Defense, leaned forward. "Are we talking about first contact or some kind of interstellar examination?" Kamil Novak, who had been brought back from the Horizon Explorer mission, spoke up. "It's both. And neither. The signal seems to be probing our capabilities, our problem-solving skills. It's like an intelligent system trying to understand us." The implications were staggering. Humanity had long wondered if they were alone in the universe. Now, they were being assessed by an unknown intelligence that communicated through pure mathematical language. Back on the Horizon Explorer, Commander Elena Rodriguez and her crew continued their delicate dance of communication. Each transmission required careful consideration. The signal would provide a complex mathematical problem, and they would respond with a solution that pushed the boundaries of their understanding. Dr. Marcus Delgado had developed an adaptive algorithm that could interpret and respond to the increasingly complex challenges. "It's learning from us," he noted during one late-night strategy session. "And we're learning from it. But we have no idea what the ultimate goal is." The first tangible breakthrough came unexpectedly. Embedded within one of the mathematical sequences was what appeared to be a schematic, not of a ship or a weapon, but of a fundamental technological principle that seemed to transcend current human understanding of quantum mechanics. Aria's team worked tirelessly to translate the schematic. It suggested a method of energy transmission that could potentially solve multiple global energy challenges. More importantly, it hinted at a level of scientific understanding far beyond humanity's current capabilities. "This isn't just communication," Aria told the consortium. "This is an invitation. Or a test." Global reactions were mixed. Some saw the potential for unprecedented scientific advancement. Others viewed the unknown signal with deep suspicion. Military strategists began preparing contingency plans, while scientific teams worked to understand every nuance of the communication. The Horizon Explorer continued its mission, now serving as humanity's primary point of contact. Elena knew they were walking a razor's edge between extraordinary discovery and potential threat. Each transmission could reveal everything, or nothing. An unexpected development came from an unlikely source. Dr. Yuki Tanaka, a quantum computing expert, noticed a pattern in the signal that suggested something more profound. "It's not just sending information," she explained during an emergency briefing. "It's adapting. The signal is changing based on our responses, almost like it's learning our cognitive patterns." The global scientific community was divided. Some saw this as the most significant moment in human history, first contact with an intelligent alien communication. Others saw it as a potential threat, a complex probe designed to assess humanity's capabilities. General Keegan's military perspective was pragmatic. "We're being evaluated," he told the consortium. "And we need to be prepared for any outcome." The energy schematic provided by the signal became a turning point. Researchers discovered that its principles could revolutionize everything from space travel to environmental restoration. It was a gift, or a challenge, that pushed the boundaries of human scientific understanding. Kamil Novak's linguistic analysis revealed something even more intriguing. The mathematical language wasn't just a communication method, it was a form of universal logic that transcended traditional linguistic barriers. "It's teaching us how to think," he explained. "Not just communicate, but conceptualize." As weeks turned into months, humanity found itself on the precipice of a new era. The mysterious signal had become more than just a scientific curiosity. It was a gateway to a broader understanding of the universe, and humanity's place within it. Commander Elena Rodriguez looked out at the endless expanse of space from the Horizon Explorer's bridge. Whatever was waiting, whatever was testing them, humanity would meet the challenge. They had come this far, and they were ready for whatever came next. The signal pulsed. Another challenge awaited. The silent threat. The first indication that something was fundamentally wrong came from an unexpected source. A network of deep space monitoring stations began reporting anomalous readings, subtle disturbances in the quantum fabric of space that defied conventional scientific explanation. Dr. Arya Patel was the first to connect the dots. The mysterious signal they had been studying wasn't just a form of communication. It was a preliminary reconnaissance. "We're not just being observed," she told the emergency session of the United Earth Consortium. "We're being mapped. Analyzed. And something else is coming." The holographic displays showed a complex web of quantum fluctuations spreading out from multiple points in deep space. Each disturbance was minute, almost imperceptible, but when viewed collectively, they formed a pattern too precise to be random. Commander Elena Rodriguez, now back on Earth and leading the first contact response team, felt a growing sense of unease. The Horizon Explorer's final transmission before going dark had been cryptic, a series of mathematical sequences that seemed to suggest an impending convergence. "It's like we're pieces on a galactic chessboard," Kamil Novak muttered, studying the quantum maps. "And we're about to be moved." Global military and scientific resources were mobilized unlike anything in human history. The energy schematic provided by the initial signal had already revolutionized human technology. Advanced quantum communication arrays, adaptive energy systems, and breakthrough propulsion technologies had been developed in record time. But it wasn't enough. Something was coming. Dr. Yuki Tanaka's quantum computing team made a breakthrough that sent shockwaves through the scientific community. The quantum disturbances weren't just observations, they were corridors. Pathways through space that defied current understanding of physics. "It's like they're preparing a network," she explained during a classified briefing. "Not for invasion. Something more complex. A form of spatial integration we can barely comprehend." The global response was a mix of preparation and profound uncertainty. Military strategists developed contingency plans. Scientific teams worked around the clock to understand the emerging patterns. And throughout it all, the mysterious signal continued, now more a constant background hum than discrete messages. General Robert Keegan oversaw the development of humanity's first truly adaptive defense network. Utilizing the quantum communication principles derived from the alien signal, they created a global defense system that could reconfigure itself in milliseconds. "We're no longer just waiting," he told his top strategists. "We're preparing." The first physical manifestation of the threat came unexpectedly. A series of deep space monitoring satellites detected massive energy shifts near the outer edges of the solar system. Not ships. Not weapons. Something else entirely, massive quantum constructs that seemed to be weaving through the fabric of space itself. Arya Patel's team discovered something even more disturbing. These quantum constructs were creating a kind of network, a spatial communication grid that extended far beyond human comprehension. It was as if something was preparing to connect various points in space, using principles of physics that humanity was only beginning to understand. "They're not invading," Kamil Novak realized during a late-night analysis session. "They're integrating. We're not the target. We're part of something much larger." The global response was a testament to human adaptability. Within months, humanity had developed quantum communication arrays, adaptive energy systems, and defense networks that could reconfigure themselves instantaneously. The technological leap was unprecedented, driven by the mysterious signal and the looming threat. Elena Rodriguez led a special task force designed to interpret and respond to the emerging spatial network. Her military background combined with her experience from the Horizon Explorer mission made her uniquely qualified to navigate this uncharted territory. "We're being prepared for something," she told her team. "Not conquered. Not destroyed. Prepared." The quantum disturbances continued to spread. Each day brought new discoveries, new challenges. Humanity found itself on the edge of a transformation it could barely comprehend, a silent, cosmic integration that defied traditional concepts of conflict or invasion. As the quantum network continued to expand, one thing became clear: humanity was no longer just an observer in the cosmic drama. They were becoming an active participant in something far greater than anyone could have imagined. The signal pulsed. The network grew. And humanity stood ready, not with fear, but with an unbreakable spirit of curiosity and determination. Turning the tide. The quantum network had transformed from an abstract concept to a tangible reality that reshaped human understanding of existence. Dr. Arya Patel stood before a massive holographic display, her fingers tracing the intricate pathways of energy and information that now connected seemingly impossible points in space. "It's not an invasion," she repeated to the United Earth Consortium. "It's a conversation." The breakthrough came unexpectedly. What had initially seemed like a threat revealed itself as something far more complex, a cosmic communication network that was actively integrating humanity into a larger, more intricate system of galactic intelligence. Commander Elena Rodriguez had been instrumental in deciphering the network's true nature. Her team had discovered that the quantum corridors were more than just pathways, they were adaptive learning systems that responded to conscious thought and collective problem-solving. Dr. Yuki Tanaka's quantum computing breakthrough provided the key. The network wasn't trying to conquer humanity, it was trying to understand them. Every human interaction, every collective effort, every moment of innovation was being processed and integrated into a vast, living system of knowledge. "We're not just being observed," Tanaka explained during a global broadcast. "We're being invited to participate in something far beyond our current comprehension." The military perspective, once focused on defense, had dramatically shifted. General Robert Keegan now led a team dedicated to understanding the network's potential. The quantum communication arrays developed from the initial signal had transformed human technology in ways no one could have predicted. Space exploration took on an entirely new dimension. Humanity's first true quantum exploration vessels were launched, ships that could navigate the newly discovered spatial corridors, vessels that were part technology, part living system. Kamil Novak's linguistic analysis revealed the most profound insight. The quantum network was a form of universal communication that transcended traditional concepts of language. It was a living, adaptive system of knowledge exchange that responded to collective human creativity. The first major test came unexpectedly. A massive solar event threatened to destroy a critical deep space research station. In the past, such a threat would have seemed insurmountable. Now, the quantum network responded. Elena Rodriguez watched in awe as the research station was subtly redirected, its quantum shields adapting in real time to the solar radiation. It wasn't a rescue, it was a collaborative survival mechanism that integrated human ingenuity with the larger cosmic intelligence. "We're not just survivors anymore," she told her team. "We're participants." The global response was nothing short of revolutionary. Educational systems were transformed to develop collective problem-solving skills. Every field of human endeavor, from art to science, from philosophy to engineering, became part of a larger, interconnected system of knowledge creation. Dr. Arya Patel's team made a stunning discovery. The quantum network wasn't just collecting information, it was actively helping humanity solve complex global challenges. Climate restoration projects that would have taken centuries were now achievable in decades. Energy production became clean, unlimited, and adaptive. But it wasn't without challenges. Some saw the network as a threat, a form of cosmic assimilation. Philosophical and ethical debates raged about the nature of individual identity in this new, interconnected reality. Kamil Novak captured the essence of the transformation. We're not losing ourselves, he argued in a pivotal global debate. We're expanding. Our individual experiences are becoming part of a larger, more comprehensive understanding of existence. The quantum vessels became humanity's new frontier. Each ship was a living system, part technological marvel, part conscious entity. They didn't just explore space, they communicated with it, learned from it, became part of it. General Keegan's military strategy had transformed from defense to exploration. We're no longer protecting ourselves from the unknown, he told his team. We're embracing it. As the year progressed, humanity found itself at the cusp of a transformation that defied previous understanding. The quantum network was revealing itself as a collaborative system of cosmic intelligence, and humanity was an integral part of it. Elena Rodriguez stood on the bridge of the quantum vessel Horizon's Promise, watching as spatial corridors opened before them. The universe was no longer a place to be conquered or feared. It was a living, breathing system of endless possibility. We're not just exploring space, she whispered to herself. We're becoming part of it. The quantum network pulsed. Humanity responded. And the conversation continued. Humanity's echo. A decade had passed since the first quantum network communication, and humanity stood transformed. The world was no longer defined by national boundaries or limited perspectives. Instead, a global consciousness had emerged, a collective understanding that transcended previous limitations of human experience. Dr. Arya Patel, now lead director of the Cosmic Integration Institute, looked out over the global research campus. Quantum vessels filled the sky, their living systems pulsing with an almost organic rhythm. What had once seemed like an alien threat had become humanity's greatest evolutionary leap. We're not just exploring the universe, she often said. We're conversing with it. The quantum network had revealed itself to be far more than a communication system. It was a living, adaptive intelligence that grew and learned with each human interaction. Every moment of creativity, every scientific breakthrough, every artistic expression became part of a larger, more comprehensive understanding of existence. Commander Elena Rodriguez now led the Quantum Exploration Division. Her fleet of adaptive vessels pushed the boundaries of human understanding, exploring spatial corridors that defied traditional concepts of time and space. Each journey was a dialogue, not a conquest. Dr. Yuki Tanaka's quantum computing breakthroughs had revolutionized human technology. Computers were no longer machines, they were collaborative partners, extensions of human consciousness that could solve complex problems in milliseconds. Kamil Novak's linguistic research had uncovered the most profound insight. The quantum network was a universal language of consciousness, a way of communicating that transcended words, mathematics, or traditional forms of expression. The global challenges that had once seemed insurmountable were now being solved with unprecedented speed and efficiency. Climate restoration, energy production, medical breakthroughs, all became collaborative efforts between human creativity and the cosmic intelligence of the quantum network. General Robert Keegan, now a key advisor in cosmic diplomacy, reflected on the transformation. We were never meant to conquer the universe, he told a group of young explorers. We were meant to understand it. To become part of it. The first true quantum humans began to emerge, individuals whose consciousness could interface directly with the cosmic network. They weren't superhuman. They were simply more fully human, their potential expanded beyond previous understanding. A breakthrough came during an exploratory mission led by Elena Rodriguez. The Horizon's Promise, a living quantum vessel, encountered a spatial anomaly that defied previous understanding. Instead of a threat, it was an invitation, a chance to understand a level of existence humanity had never imagined. We're not alone, Elena reported back to Earth. And we never were. We're just now learning to listen. The quantum network had revealed something profound. The universe wasn't a collection of separate entities. It was a living, breathing system of interconnected consciousness. Humanity was just one voice in an infinite conversation. Dr. Arya Patel's team made a stunning discovery. The initial signal that had first contacted humanity was not from a single source. It was a collective communication, a way of reaching out to potential new participants in the cosmic dialogue. Kamil Novak described it as a form of cosmic empathy. "We're not just receiving information," he explained. "We're sharing experiences. Understanding. Growing." The educational systems had been completely transformed. Schools were no longer about memorizing facts but about developing collective problem-solving skills. Every child learned to think not just individually, but as part of a larger, interconnected system. Art, science, philosophy, all became different expressions of the same fundamental quest for understanding. The boundaries between disciplines dissolved, replaced by a more holistic approach to knowledge. Elena Rodriguez stood on the bridge of the Horizon's Promise, watching as a new spatial corridor opened before them. The vessel was more than a ship, it was a living system, a collaborative partner in exploration. "We're not conquering," she whispered. "We're conversing." The quantum network pulsed. Humanity responded. And the conversation continued, an endless dialogue of discovery, understanding, and infinite potential. As the sun set on another day of exploration, humanity looked to the stars not with fear, but with an unquenchable curiosity. They were no longer just observers. They were participants in the greatest story ever told, the story of existence itself. The universe listened. And humanity spoke.